15 new firearms dropped this week, causing chaos in gun stores nationwide. And one has already been banned before most people even knew it existed. Some models are selling in less than a day, while the number one release is being hailed as the future of concealed carry. Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss this. If there's one thing you can expect from Kel-Tec, it's the unexpected. The company's latest oddball firearm, the KP50, it's similar to their previous P50 design, as they're both chambered for 5.7 by 28 millimeter and feed from P90 magazines, but the KP50's been improved in several ways. The first key improvement is that the magazines now insert from the bottom of the KP50 and they're drop-free. It also features a much nicer machined lower receiver and uses a Kel-Tec SU-16 trigger group. KP50 models have a 9.6-inch barrel, which hovers around the optimal length for the 5.7 by 28 millimeter cartridge. The barrel has its muzzle threaded half by 28 TPI and comes with an A2-style flash hider installed. The top of the receiver is an M1913 Picatinny rail for mounting optics and accessories that's interrupted to accommodate the top ejection port. Controls are similar to the P50 with a non-reciprocating AR-style rear charging handle and a bilateral safety selector switch above the pistol grip. A new paddle-type magazine release in front of the trigger guard accommodates the new magazine mounting system. Kel-Tec will be offering the KP50 in 4 flavors starting at an MSRP of $899. 500 years in the gun business gives a company a little room to show off, and with the Titan, Beretta isn't being subtle about it. The Titan is a semi-automatic sporting rifle using a short-stroke gas piston system and chambered in 6.5 Grendel. That design puts the rifle in the same operating system class as the FN SCAR, HK G36, and SIG MCX, not the direct impingement AR-15. Starting with the materials, the upper receiver is titanium and the lower receiver is magnesium. Stock and fore-end are carbon fiber, while the pistol grip is forged carbon. No Beretta product has ever combined these 4 materials in a single firearm, and very few firearms anywhere have. According to the company, the exotic material combination dramatically increases stiffness while reducing overall weight. With its adjustable valve piston-driven working system and improved 2-stage trigger, the Beretta Titan semi-automatic rifle aims at setting new standards in terms of performance. The Titan is a one-off, and there's no MSRP because there's no production run. The Benelli M4 set the standard for a combat-grade semi-automatic shotgun when it was adopted by the Marine Corps as the M1014. While it proved to be a popular shotgun, civilian users in this country have had to settle for a version missing some of the features of its Marine brethren. That all changed with Benelli's M4 EXT. The biggest and most important upgrade of the Benelli M4 EXT is its full-capacity 7-round magazine tube as opposed to the usual 5-round tube. It also comes with the proper 5-position collapsible stock instead of the fixed stock look-alike that came on some of the older commercial M4 models. The stock features a QD sling mount too. Another small upgrade that makes a big difference is the new oversized bolt release that enables faster operation even while wearing gloves. The rest of the M4 EXT is the same as the older models, but that's a good thing. It means it features the same proven Argo gas system, handy 18.5-inch barrel length, quick acquisition ghost ring sights, and comes with a Picatinny rail for mounting optics. The new Benelli M4 EXT is available with either a black multicam, titanium Cerakote, or FDE Cerakote finish and has an MSRP of $2,600. Taurus has added 2 350 Legend models to the Raging Hunter line, offering a modern straight-walled cartridge option. The 2 350 Raging Hunter models are identical except for their barrel lengths, one being 10.5 inches, the other being 14.5 inches. Whichever option you choose, it'll impart more energy to the bullet than what you get out of Smith & Wesson's 7.5-inch option. Other features of the 350 Legend Raging Hunters include 6-shot capacities, fiber optic sights, and Picatinny rails on the top and bottom for optics and accessories. As far as recoil mitigation goes, the revolvers also come equipped with muzzle brakes, cushioned rubber grips, and non-fluted cylinders for some extra weight. MSRP for both 350 Legend Raging Hunter models is $1,534. Coming in hot's the HK VP9A1X crossover pistol. Positioned between the VP9A1K and the VP9A1F, The X model combines a shorter slide with full capacity handling, aimed at shooters who want duty-level performance in a slightly more compact format. The VP9A1X uses the 4-inch barrel and slide assembly of the VP9A1K paired with the full-size frame of the VP9A1F. This gives the pistol a standard 17-round magazine capacity while reducing overall slide length, a combination that should appeal to shooters looking for improved balance, faster presentation, or a more versatile carry-to-duty crossover option. Like the rest of the VP9A1 family, the VP9A1X incorporates HK's latest A1 updates. These include a revised grip frame with an integral mag well to aid reloads, a nickel Teflon-coated trigger bar for smoother operation and corrosion resistance, and enhanced controls designed to improve ergonomics and manipulation under stress. The pistol retains the VP9's striker-fired operating system and reputation for reliability while refining user interface and shootability. It's also available as the VP9A1X Tactical with a threaded barrel. MSRP for the VP9A1X is $1,050, and MSRP for the tactical model is $1,150. If you thought you'd seen everything done with the Thompson Center platform, I'm here to prove you wrong. This is the world's only over and under pistol built on the G2 contender action, and it's absolutely insane. We're talking 17 HMR on top and 17 Winchester Super Magnum on the bottom, two completely different rimfire rounds in a single break-action pistol, switchable with one flick of the selector switch. Turn the selector switch left for the WSM or right for the HMR. That's it, done. The way it works is straight up clever. The existing rimfire/centerfire selector was reworked to fire either the top or bottom barrel. There's a dual extractor that pulls both cases at once, and the bottom barrel has a built-in regulator that lets you dial in where both rounds converge, whatever distance you want. At 50 yards, both calibers were hitting basically the same hole. And look, it's not just the mechanics that are wild. This thing looks incredible. Custom hand-fitted grip that wraps your hand like it was made for you. Jeweled internals, an Argyle barrel engraving that's done by a separate craftsman, and a gorgeous multi-step matte finish. Nothing on this gun is an accident. On the range, the HMR is just pure fun. No recoil, red dot doesn't budge. The WSM has a little more kick, but still totally manageable. 2 barrels, 2 calibers, no reloading. Just flip the switch and send it. This is a one-of-a-kind handmade collector's piece that also happens to shoot lights out. The old saying goes, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, but the Melagun MG22 is a knife you could actually bring to a gunfight. The MG22 is a fixed blade knife with a 6-shot 22 LR revolver mechanism built directly into the handle. On the spec side, the numbers are straightforward. The overall length is 12 inches with a 6.7-inch blade made from hardened 440C stainless steel and a 3.5-inch barrel with 6-groove rifling and a 1/16 right-hand twist. The frame is hardened 420 stainless steel, and the grip panels are machined from 70/75 aluminum. The firing mechanism sits integrated within the handle with a manual trigger and a manual safety. Capacity is 6 rounds of 22 LR. For those who want a bit more punch, Melagun also offers the MG25 chambered in 25 ACP. Note that this is not a concept piece or a prop. It's a real NFA-regulated firearm that you can actually buy, assuming you go through the proper channels. Legally, the MG22 is classified as any other weapon under the National Firearms Act. That classification means no tax stamp is required, but you still need to file the proper ATF paperwork, and it must be transferred through a Class 3 SOT FFL dealer. It cannot be shipped internationally or directly to consumers, so yes, there is homework involved, but you get more than a letter opener once you're done. The base price sits at $1,499 with options to customize the grip, knurling pattern, add a black oxide blade finish, or engrave up to 15 characters on the blade. PSA's retro rifle brand Harrington Richardson released a recreation of one of the rarest military prototypes in modern firearms history. The 606 was originally intended as a squad automatic weapon candidate for the U.S. SAW program. Military procurement went elsewhere, and the Model 606 was produced in very limited numbers before the program ended. The rifles that survived became collector pieces with very few examples known to exist. The H&R 606 brings that forgotten prototype back to life and puts it in your hands. This is as close as civilians will ever get to one of the rarest military development pieces of the modern era. You're getting a fixed stock, a partial fence M16 lower, and a slicked side receiver. The M16A1 handguard runs back to a heavy barrel, and pinned right onto it is an M2 bipod, originally designed for the M14, with legs that fold and extend just like the original configuration. The Model 606's heavy barrel profile is the defining feature that makes it historically significant and practically distinct from standard AR-15s. A heavy barrel has more material around the bore, which absorbs heat more slowly during sustained fire, maintains accuracy longer in rapid-fire strings, and produces a stiffer, more harmonically consistent barrel that benefits precision shooting. The 20-inch length maximizes muzzle velocity with 5.56 NATO ammunition. At the muzzle, there's a 3-prong flash hider, threaded half by 28, so it's suppressor-ready right out of the box. It ships with a 20-round mag, and you've got 4 configurations to choose from: complete guns and complete uppers in 2 finishes. The H&R 606 is a legitimate piece of military history that you can actually take to the range. This is the kind of release that defines a catalog. Despite its short time in business, Rost Martin is staying on the edge of current handgun trends with models like the compensated RM1S Comp. The pistol maintains the same overall footprint as the standard RM1S, but adds the integrated compensation system for improved control during rapid strings. Built around a 3.6-inch barrel, the Rost Martin RM1S Comp has both a shortened slide and frame. As compared to the company's previous RM1C, overall height has been reduced by 0.6 inches to 4.4 inches and length by 0.38 inches to 6.78 inches, with a weight of 19.76 ounces. By shortening the length of the frame's dust cover, the RM1S loses one of the 3 accessory slots found on the RM1C. Extra texturing is added to the grip area to provide plenty of purchase. 2 magazines are supplied, one 12-round flush-fit magazine and one extended 15-round magazine. Like its larger sibling, the RM1S is optics-ready with a plate provided for mounting sights with an RMR footprint. Mounting plates for other footprints are available as accessories. The RM1S Comp has an MSRP of $489. Can this unconventional revolver design tame 44 mag recoil? At the core of the L-frame Rhino is a 6-shot cylinder and a single-action, double-action trigger. As with other Rhino models, the 6-inch barrel sits low and in line with the lowest chamber for a bore axis that's very similar to most modern pistols. The L-frame is aluminum to keep weight down, but the barrel and breech shield are steel. The big-bore Rhino comes with fiber optic sights, and the rear sight is fully adjustable. There's also a full-length Picatinny up top rail for a red dot and another below for a light. The Hogue grip is another creature comfort when you're dealing with punishing 44 mag recoil. Inside, there are 3 levels of safety: cinder block, cylinder rotation, and hammer block. This latest edition joins revolvers chambered for 9mm, 10mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 357 Mag 38 Special. The Italian gunmaker offers those revolvers in a variety of finishes and barrel lengths, but I'm not sure I'd want to put a 44 mag into anything too compact. What do you think? Is this going to be a butter soft shooter, or is 44 mag always a handful? Chiappa lists an MSRP of $1,745 for the Chiappa Rhino chambered for 44 mag.